Well, it's official. Inflation is now the highest it's been in more than 30 years, with new figures showing a higher than expected increase.
Scott Phillips from the Motley Fool is here to break it all down for us. Scott, a higher than expected increase. Naturally, people are feeling concerned.
Yeah, Sarah, Karl, good morning. Look, it wasn't great news. The good news, if we want to try and desperately find a little bit of it, is that the Reserve Bank expected 8% for the December quarter, came in at 7.8. Now, we all know that's about the same number, but a little bit better than the RBA had originally forecast. The bad news, as you mentioned, is between that forecast and yesterday, most economists had expected a better inflation number. So somewhere in between those two numbers. Most important thing, unfortunately, is prices continue to rise. 9.2% for food, 13% for energy, domestic international travel, both up strongly as well. A really, really tough set of numbers. It just goes to show how much work the RBA still has left to do to get inflation under control.
And what that means for us. Break it down.
Yeah, right. So we're paying more for almost everything. And really, this is the key challenge. So we're going to have to face either higher inflation or higher interest rates, or probably both, at least over the next 12 months or so, Karl, because the simple reality is the RBA knows high inflation is worse, believe it or not, than low economic growth or even potentially a recession. And there are increasing calls for that coming this year, potentially. I'm still hopeful. I'm still optimistic. I don't think we will have one, but it is possible because the RBA is trying to cool the economy. We're going to have to pay higher prices in the meantime. I wish there was better news, mate. I wish I could tell you that.
Just quickly, I heard an economist on the radio coming in this morning saying that it might be under control by the end of the year and back down to 4%. Is that a reality?
I find that hard to believe.
Four would be tough, I think. Look, so there is some good news. For example, petrol prices are lower now than they were last March. So in 3 months' time, if they don't go up again, we actually might see petrol price deflation. Fruit and veg was down. That was positive. The cost of communication, so telephone, internet, that was also down in the last quarter. So there's a couple of glimmers. We are cycling on some of those really big increases in February, March and April last year in the next couple of months. Okay. So it'll settle. 4% is probably very unlikely.
All right. Good on you, mate. Thank you. Welcome back. As inflation reaches new heights, we're looking back at how money has changed over the years.
Specifically, how much more we're paying today compared to the 70s. Here with the answers is... Oh, wow.
Get some sideburns going.
Are we in a time machine right now?
Yeah.
How good is that? I've already got a sideburn going, Karl. I'm into the 70s today.
A hot tub time machine. Effie Zahos is here to explain. Effie, good morning to you.
Morning.
First up, how much money were Aussies making in 1970?
OK, well, I do love the 70s. Marvin Gaye, James Brown, ponchos, flares. What more could you ask for? Probably more income. We just didn't have a lot of income back then. So going back to 1970, that's the average earnings per week, $84. It's equivalent to about $1,100 today.
Jeez.
Because the annual inflation over that 52-year period is about 5.1%. So
$84.
I know. Went a long way, though.
Yeah.
Went a long way.
Well, that's true. What about in the schoolyard? How much were the tuck shop treats back then?
Yeah, well, this just shows how much it did go. So when you go to the canteen, I don't know, what was your favourite food when you were at school?
Vanilla slice, obviously.
Vanilla slice.
Sausage roll and a bread roll.
Mine was peanut butter with chips and a bread roll.
What?
Yeah,
that's weird. Peanut butter with chips in a bread roll?
It was all the rage at Broadbeach.
You're a weirdo.
I'm not. Have a look at the prices here.
16 cents.
Oh, I know. 7 cents for a donut. So
take me back.
Not even.
So your money would go a fair way. So 7 cents is the equivalent of almost like $1 now. 16 cents is about $2. I mean, you can't get a 4 and 20 pie for $2 these days.
Nah.
It's,
Sometimes at the footy you can get it for $5.
No, I don't know.
$7.
So that is their canteen prices from a school in South Australia.
Why wasn't everyone fat? Everyone was so skinny. What about house prices?
OK, this will upset you slightly. You'll think, why didn't I buy so many more houses back then? But again, it's all relative, isn't it?
It is.
So it was actually hard to find some good data around here.
$17,000 for a house in Brisbane. Are you serious?
Can transport you back and you can pick that up.
Watches are worth more than that, less than that these days.
Oh, the watches you wear.
I don't wear a watch, Karl. No watch.
Put it in perspective, that's about 4 to 5 times the annual income back there.
Yeah.
Now the annual house price is about $860,000 in Australia, so it's around 9 times the average earnings.
All right, what if you were coughing up in the 70s for one of those shaggin' wagons?
Oh, I've been in a few shaggin' wagons.
Hey, Effie!
I haven't, Mum. I haven't.
Are you sure?
That was a joke.
The Sandman.
That was a joke. Although no, that was a joke. That was a joke, Mum. Because I know she watches every morning.
This is Allison's joke.
The Sandman.
These muscle cars, didn't everyone want one of these?
Yeah.
My cousin actually had one of these.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Look, let me explain this. You could have picked up this car for $4,619.70. This is for sale now on that website for $280,000. Now, inflation hasn't done that to this car.
It's a rarity.
Yes, spot on.
Crazy.
But people were using these cars to, to tow their caravans back in 1970. Now they're, pride and joy sitting on a mantelpiece.
All right, Effie, we've got your mum on the phone. No, I'm joking. Effie, thanks for being with us. Appreciate it. It was an interesting step back in time. Here are today's top stories.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh, my God. Karl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports and amazing Aussie stories.
And Karl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?
Always happens.